Hey, this is Joel and welcome back to the Traveler Toolkit. In today's video, we're going to be talking about campsite cooking. And for the last 3 or 4 months, I've been looking for solutions that don't require me to take a propane tank to the campsite. That's something I've done for a long time, but I'm starting to do more tent camping and thinking about how to be just lighter on my feet when I'm out there. So I went on a search and I found this kitchen in a box grill from Cobb. I reached out and Cobb was happy to send me one of these to check out for this review, so thank you to Cobb for that. But this is still an honest review. I've never taken this fully out of the box or used it yet, so we're gonna get that first experience together and I'm gonna give you my unfiltered thoughts. The idea is that you can use a traditional fuel source that looks like a charcoal briquette in this grill, but is really made out of coconut husks, and it allows you to do all sorts of cooking if you're a real chef. You can saute, you can boil, you can grill, you can smoke, you can do all that just with what's inside this small bag here. Of course, I'm pretty standard, so I'm gonna be talking about how to use it as a grill. We're gonna grill up some burgers, see how it works in this video. So let's go ahead and unzip this bag and check it out. But before we do, I just kind of want to show you the bag. It's got these 2 handles on top, a big mouth zipper across the front, and it allows you to simply unzip all the way across like this and access the grill itself. So let's go ahead and pick this up and get it out of the bag. Come on. All right, so this is the Cobb Grill's kitchen in a box, and I will say right up front that the hardest thing to do is put it back in this order so it goes in the bag. It's got this saute pan that's kind of the top here. This allows you to do lots of stuff. You could do stir fry in here, you could do eggs, you could boil a stew in here, but whatever you want to do with it, this is kind of a saute pan. This is an important handle that you're going to use to remove things that are hot like this. This tray here, you know, you've got these kinds of things. It's actually upside down. This is a flat griddle. And you can hook this handle in here to kind of pick these trays up in a myriad of different ways. That's a really cool feature, but this is a flat griddle top. Then we've got just a standard grill top here. And we've got our more traditional looking grated grill top here. This is the one we're going to use today. It's flat on the back, but it's got grates on this side. Then to finish things out, we've got these cages here, which are really kind of meant for doing things like rotisserie chickens. You could stand this up on here. I'm not going to do any of that in this video. That's really involved and beyond my chefery, if you will, but you could stand this up, put a whole chicken on this, do some smoking, do some really cool chef things that I'm not capable of doing, but a part of the kitchen in a box lineup here. And then at the bottom, we've got our lid. This flips up and will actually set on top. And the best thing about this lid is it's got an air control system on top. You can turn this and control the amount of oxygen that you're getting to whatever you're cooking, and therefore control the heat and how quickly it cooks. This is just a band that sits along here, kind of reduces splashing. And then inside we've got the bottom of the grill here with this little basket that holds your special Cobb briquettes that are again made out of coconut husks. You don't have to use their proprietary Cobb kind of circle briquettes. You can use traditional charcoal and things like that, but we do have some of those we're going to use today. So that's all of the components of this. So let's go ahead and get set up for what we're going to do today. We're going to use this griddle. This is the traditional griddle. When I think of cooking outside at the campsite, this is what I think of. And this kind of pan here is going to catch all the runoff. It's got holes here, and it just simply sets into this section like that. And then we're going to put our splash guard around it. So this is our setup, and then we have our lid on top, obviously, that will set here, and we've got our air control system on top. So this is how we're gonna do it. So let's go ahead and get our briquette in and get it lit, because it takes about 10 minutes for that to warm up and be ready to cook. All right, so Cobb did provide me with a few of these briquettes to try out here. And like I said, I think you need to light these, and I read leave them for 10 minutes to kind of warm up. It's like charcoal. It needs to come up to temperature. Okay, so I saw this in one of the instructional videos. You simply take a few paper towels, stick them underneath here. We're gonna start, let's just start with one, and we're gonna light that. And set our Cobb briquette on top, and it will hopefully ignite up through that. All right, we got the lid on here, and it is definitely starting up. This is what it looks like inside. We're gonna let this go for 10 minutes until that briquette calms down and it's time to cook. All right, the smoke has started to dissipate off the initial burn, and you can see this briquette is really starting to warm up. Here we've got a nice flame kind of in all those air holes. So let's go ahead and get our grill on top of this, get our lid back on so we can start bringing everything up to temperature. All right, so I've simply used our little handle here and stuck it into the grill top so I can take the lid off and set this down in here. We can warm this up while the briquette continues to get ready for us to cook. So far, so good. Everything is warming up nice right here on top. And I want to point out, as my face is very close to it, that this top portion is pretty hot. You don't want to put your hand up here. This is where all the heat is, but you're protected on the bottom portion by this grill. This is cool to the touch because the inner basket is protected and separated by about 2 or 3 inches from this grill here. So nothing along the bottom, by the bottom of the grill, is going to melt or get hot because it's lifted up off the base and separated from this mesh grill side really nicely, and stays nice and cool. So let's go ahead and get this top off, get our burgers on. So I've got some turkey burgers that have come straight out of the freezer. So they're gonna be frozen blocks here. We're gonna stick them on, see how they cook, see how evenly and long it takes them to cook, and then we'll come back here and kind of review after that. Let's grab the burgers. Got that nice sizzle. I think just from looking at this, you could probably cook about 3 burgers on here, maybe 4 if they're small patties, but these 2 fit on there nicely. We're gonna kind of spread them out here, and you can see that these drainage holes, it's gonna kind of go down the griddles and go off the sides, drain down into the bottom basket, which obviously I think is gonna need cleaned. There is some cleanup that's gonna have to happen on this grill, but hey, it's a camp cooking grill. We're not gonna clean it perfectly every time. So let's put the lid back on, keep some of this heat in here so they can cook nice and evenly. I am gonna keep these slots open so that more oxygen can get down in there and continue to fan the flame. And I am gonna start our stopwatch here. There we go, so we can tell just how long they've been cooking. I just threw them on there about 20 seconds ago, so we'll let that go and see how long it takes them to cook on the Cobb grill. Hey, while the meat's cooking, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure you do that and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this Cobb grill. All right, we've been going for about 3.5 minutes now. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, check them out, and add some seasoning to them. There's my dog Rosie there behind us here. Oh, and they're looking nice. Nice sizzle on there. Gonna add some Himalayan pink salt, black pepper. That's a family favorite for our burgers, and looking good. Just gonna let them continue to cook in there. Looks like about, 3.5, 4 minutes, and we're about ready to flip. Another thing that I'm noticing, because today's not really a windy day, but we are getting these little spurts of kind of little tiny gusts here and there. That's not affecting the Cobb grill the way that it's affected other camp grills, like I've had Blackstones and flat irons that are really affected by the wind, because it's all encapsulated in like this stainless steel egg here. The wind can't get to it. The only place that wind can access is right here. And we can close that off if we want, but just little tiny spits of air and little gusts are not going to affect this at all. It's maintaining its temperature throughout the cook, and it's all kind of encapsulated in this egg, which I really like. All right, we're just over 6 minutes here, and I'm gonna go ahead and flip the burgers. Rosie's hoping she's gonna get one of these, but she's not. This is human consumption only. They're looking really good. We've got the juices rolling. And remember, these were frozen when I put them on here, and now we've got these nice grill marks on them. They're cooking nice and evenly. Looks like another 5 minutes on this side, and these will be completely done. So I'm gonna grab some more seasoning, throw it on the top, and then put the lid back on and let them cook for a while. I see what you're doing, Rosie. I see you. You think you're getting some of this food? No, you're not getting any of that. You're a good girl, aren't you? Let's check them out here. Whoo, steaming up the lens. Just stick around, maybe something will hit the ground. You never know. Can you speak? Oh, you want to play? All right, so we're at about 10.5 minutes of cook time here, and I haven't had much to do. There's really not much to man because it cooks so nicely under this top here that you really don't need to take it off. There's a lot of ambient heat going on around your burgers, around your meat, so that you don't need to flip it as many times. I've only flipped my burgers once, about 6 minutes on the top, and then I'm gonna do about 5 or 6 on the other side. But you can see they're cooking really nicely, nice and evenly. They've got those beautiful grill marks on them, and even starting completely frozen, right out of the freezer, these seem to be doing just fine, and such a nice even heat here inside the grill that I feel like you could cook steaks, you could cook pork, you could cook chicken, hot dogs, and everything. You know, the only thing I would say is you can only get about 3 burgers on here. You know, maybe 3 or 4 small chicken cutlets or tenderloins, pork tenderloins or something. It's not a lot of cooking space, but normally when I'm camping, I'm not cooking for 12 people like I might be at a barbecue. I'm cooking for my family, 2, 3 people, maybe 4 or 5 at the most. So, you know, could do a couple rounds of this because I think the burn time on this briquette, the Cobb coconut husk briquette, is gonna be quite long. All right, we've been cooking for about 13 minutes here, and I think it's time to go ahead and flip them over. Yeah, might have overcooked the backside just a little bit. Check it out. We've got some perfectly cooked turkey burgers here, nice and warm, ready to eat. I looked it up. That Cobb briquette is gonna continue to burn for up to 2 hours. It's really, really nice, clean burning once it gets going after that initial 2 or 3 minutes with a little bit of smoke to warm up. But I can say that the cooking experience, much like just a regular grill, only it's much easier, and it's all compact right here. Super simple for the campsite, just doesn't get any easier. And there's a close-up of the results if you want to take a look. These were just 2 frozen turkey burgers, and they look beautiful. I'm probably not going to get one of these because as soon as my boys find out that I cooked burgers, they're just going to eat them. So what are my thoughts about the Cobb Kitchen in a Box camping grill? Well, I gotta say, I love it. This is my first look at it, first use of it. You saw how easy it was. I'm not a chef. I'm not even somebody who enjoys to cook, but when I'm camping, I'm the cook. I'm the guy on the grill, and this was super easy. I love the fact that I can put this on any table, really. I mean, this is cool to the touch. It's still cooking up here. It's still hot, but I can touch the bottom of this thing. That means that I can put it on a plastic picnic table. I could put it on any kind of table, not worry about it melting, wood, whatever it is. The Cobb's gonna be just fine on there, so that's a great design. I also love that it's wind resistant, which is a problem when you're camping. You know, sometimes there's a little bit of wind in the spring and fall especially, and that can put your fire out on your griddle top or your grill, and this is gonna protect it all from it. Plus, if I get a wild hair and wanna cook something crazy, I've got a flat top stove. I could do grilled shrimp on here. I could do eggs, scrambled eggs on the flat griddle top. I could even stick a rotisserie chicken in there and smoke it all together. I'm not that crazy, but I could if I wanted to. And if you're a real culinary expert, you could do a lot of things with this grill. And the form factor is small. It's gonna fit wherever you're trying to take a regular grill. You need no fuel, just that one briquette. It's really amazing. In fact, you could take that briquette, you could break it in half, you could take charcoal with you, whatever you want to do, and have enough fuel for several days of cooking on here. So I really love the versatility. I love how small and packable it is. The only downside is how complicated it is to get back in that bag, but I think a few times through and we'll all get better at that. So that's it for this video. If you're interested in the Cobb Grill Kitchen in a Box, I'm gonna leave a link in the description down below. You can check it out for yourself. And if you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing? We review great camping and RV products like this every single week on the channel. Lots of great stuff coming up as the season is getting warmer and the summer is coming. I promise you, you're not gonna wanna miss it. So click subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified when new videos come out, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you love, what you hate, what we need to do more of, and what we need to do less of. As always, my name is Joel. This is the Traveler Toolkit, and I'll see you in the next video.